Welcome to our Heroes of the Storm guide for Anub'arak. Anub'arak is a powerful warrior that's great at initiating and disrupting targets in a teamfight. His trait and Locust Swarm were nerfed with the Eternal Conflict patch, but Anub'arak is still considered a tier 1 tank for most teams. We will briefly go over his abilities and which maps he performs well on, as well as going into what heroes he synergizes well with, and which ones he's countered by. His abilities focus on getting into the action and locking down one or more targets. On his Q, we have Impale, a mid-range skill shot that sends spikes erupting out of the ground in a straight line. Any one hit takes a small amount of damage, but more importantly, he knocks them up into the air, causing a 1-second stun. This works great to lock down a valuable target without putting himself in harm's way. Hardened Carapace is Anub's second ability, which provides a small shield that lasts for 3 seconds, enabling Anub'arak to get in the face of his opponents while mitigating some damage. For his Burrow charge, upon activation, Anub'arak tunnels underground, moving under any players or terrain and surfacing at the other side. The ability can be reactivated to emerge earlier, allowing you to pick your targets. This is important as upon surfacing you will deal damage and briefly stun all targets hit. This combos really well with Impale to lock down someone for a solid 2 seconds, providing a window for your team to burst them down. To supplement his already utility-heavy kit, Anub'arak has 2 viable options for his heroic. Starting off, we have his Web Blast. This wraps a target enemy hero in a cocoon for 8 seconds, essentially locking them out of the fight, enabling Anub'arak to turn any fight from a 5v5 to a 5v4. His second heroic more focuses around a sustainable build. Locust Swarm causes consistent AoE damage around Anub'arak while healing himself for every enemy hit. This ability keeps Anub'arak relatively healthy while diving into the fray. Finally, we've come to his trait, which truly defines Anub'arak. When you think of the Traitor King, the host of Scourge Beetles that serve him also come to mind. Scarab Host causes every ability Anub'arak uses to spawn a beetle. These beetles now have improved AI and will follow your target from a set duration, and into areas obscure from vision. This trait is central to the popular build that we will now take a look at. One build outshines the rest currently, the Bug build. The build focuses on Scarab Host trait to bury your enemies beneath a never-ending swarm of beetles. To kick things off, we're going to be taking Assault Scarab at level 1. We're going to be creating a lot of beetles, so 25% increased damage is going to add up very quickly. At rank 4, we want Legion of Beetles. Anub'arak will now consistently be generating beetles even without using abilities. This, along with Assault Scarabs, feeds straight into our level 7 talent, Leeching Scarabs. Your Scarabs now heal you for 50% of their damage. Now you will have the sustainability to take some damage and enough Scarabs to really be a threat to anyone in your lane. This also means you'll be able to solo Merc camps pretty easily. For our heroic, we're going to be picking up Locust Swarm. This will allow us to dive into the heart of a team fight and come out the other side intact via overwhelming your opponents with beetles and lifesteal. Web Blast is a solid alternative if there is one hero you really need to take out of the fight. Moving on to level 13, we're going to get Burning Rage, which is going to passively increase our damage output and enable us to literally burn our way through these mercenaries with ease. As we're up in the face of our enemies a lot, you are going to get great value from this. At level 16, it's time for some more sustainability. We want to pick up Blood for Blood. It's worth noting that with the release of the first wave of Eternal Conflict content, this has now been changed. It still acts the same way, but now you do 10% of the target's health as damage and gain 20% of max HP back, which is actually better for us. That on top of the slow is going to seal the fate of our target. And finally, at level 20, we have many options, but we're going to be going with Rewind. This synergizes perfectly with Out Trait, allowing us to truly swarm the enemy heroes. You also get the added benefit of even more disruption in teamfights. Some points worth noting is that the beetles Anub'arak spawns received a slight nerf in the Eternal Conflict patch. Scarabs received a movement speed decrease and a minor damage nerf. This nerf by no means has ended Anub'arak's reign. Anub'arak is an all-around solid pick on every map in his current form. While the talents you may choose can vary from battlefield to battlefield, this build is solid on every map. Anub'arak works well with other warriors and melee assassins, especially those with high burst and crowd control abilities. The Abathur hat provides you with additional shield, burst AoE damage, and a single target spike, while being able to lock down several targets with your Impale and Burrow. Jaina has the highest burst potential in the game when landing all of her abilities, so creating an opportunity for her can eliminate someone in a fight in a few seconds. Use your Burrow followed by Impale to keep someone rooted in place so she can safely and accurately drop her lethal combo. This is a great way to initiate a team fight, especially if you have another frontliner to assist you. Although new, the Butcher has proven to be very strong when he is allowed to freely land autos after gaining full stacks of fresh meat. Anub'arak's control heavy kit can enable this strength quite well if you can land your abilities. While Anub'arak engages and creates chaos, it gives the Butcher an opening to charge in and start swinging away at squishy and lockdown targets. Next is Tyrande. Her long-range initiation, along with her upgraded lunar flare, means that Tyrande can initiate on targets that are very far away. Thanks for taking a look at our guide for Anub'arak and the bug build. Be sure to let us know how well it worked for you in future matches. And always remember to enjoy the game.